that's getting softened up, so you can calculate where to be and what's going to happen. I've been watching a couple of trees just went down away from us, and you're facing this way, and then you like get hit by a little bit of whatever's flying around on this side. So we're getting into that phase. But Naples hasn't seen anything yet in terms of what the major risks are for where we are, and even more significantly where you are.
Yeah. The Project Phoenix report, which Chris referenced, just for our viewers who aren't familiar with it, that was a report done kind of to predict the effects, I believe it was of a Cat 5 storm hitting Tampa. But again, even a Cat 3 storm is not something anybody who lives here in Tampa, who grew up here in Tampa, has ever seen before. 1921 was the last time a major storm like that hit directly in Tampa. As Chris, as you know, Hurricane Charlie back in 2004 was expected to come here. It turned at the last minute and really decimated Punta Gorda. There are a lot of concerns here, and the mayor has voiced them time and time again about the effects of flooding, about the effects of storm surge, even when there are heavy rains in Tampa, in St. Petersburg, in this area around Tampa Bay. They have problems with flooding, and over the years, the level of Tampa Bay has just naturally increased. So as those higher winds come in, there's more water in Tampa Bay now than in previous decades to come inland in part of that storm surge. So there's certainly a lot of concern, and it's justifiable concern. I mean, we don't want to make things sound worse than they're going to be, but this is not a storm that anybody here in Tampa, unless they have lived somewhere else where Cat 3 has hit, has seen, and nobody has seen what it might do to this city, to Clearwater, to Hillsborough. You got to keep in mind, there are some 700 miles of coastline around Tampa Bay. It's an extraordinarily beautiful area, and a lot of homes are built up very, very close to the water, not very raised up, not very high elevation off the water. So there's a lot of concern about what's going to happen, even where the mayor has a house in Davis Islands, which is just south of here by the Hillsborough River, by Hillsborough Bay. He said that his home might be destroyed. I mean, if there was a significant storm surge hit, his home might be swamped. We're going to take a short break and our coverage continues.
So we're following our plan. Right now, we have to pull our emergency units off the streets because of the speed of the wind gusts, because we're also concerned about the safety of our officers. And
this rain, and as the storm gets going, it's going to get worse. People in Fort Myers were hunkering down and bracing for the rest of this onslaught. From Irma, Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Fort Myers, Florida.
All right, Chris Van Cleve reporting there. This is a live look right now at Juno Beach, Florida. This is coming to us from surfline.com. You can see, check out those tremendous waves that are already starting, Stephanie, to bounce up against that pier there. And certainly, as we expect, as we have been reporting, this storm surge that could happen there, it has the potential to actually cover that the entirety of that pier. Let's take you now also to our station in Fort Myers, our affiliate, Wink TV. Let's listen in.
We were just beating them up, and they were having such a difficult time doing it. There's exactly what he was talking about, and the gusts and the strong winds down in Naples. And at that time, I think, Jim, you said there was a 70-mile wind and 70-mile-per-hour wind gust at that point. But that is expected to get a lot worse in the Naples area as well.
It already has. We just had a report of a wind gust at Naples, 103 miles per hour. Show my radar if you can on my computer. I've got a couple of measurements I want to share with our viewers right now. All right, if you're listening on radio, try to be descriptive here. If you look watching, that speaks for itself. The eye of Irma, we are measuring, is about 36 miles south of Marshall Island. The edge, the northern edge of the eye wall is 15 miles approximately. A little less actually, because I had to draw that line diagonally so it didn't overlap the other. So here's the math. We believe it's moving to the north at about 12 miles an hour. That means the eye wall will have a chance to move over Cape Romano, Marco, Goodland, nearby Everglades City in an hour. In about an hour and a half. It's a little, actually I'll say an hour. We're at 1:30, about 2:30. If it indeed is moving at about 12 miles per hour. Now, the actual eye moving along at 12 miles per hour is now a little less than 36 miles away. That is still, as we've been saying this early afternoon, is expected to come on shore between 4 and 5. I would say if you had to pick a time, around 4:30. Of course, we will follow that, time it out, and let you know exactly. But already, triple-digit wind gusts are occurring. And if you live in the path of that eye wall, coastal Collier, Lee, coastal Charlotte, get ready. As we've been telling you, this is the day. 100 mile an hour or stronger gusts are coming out.
All right, Jim, thank you.
We're ready to get out there and clear the road debris and respond to the needs we need to respond to.
Derek Diggs on the line, the Fort Myers police chief. Chief, do you have a sense for how many people stayed at home when you asked them to leave?
So, some shelter in place.
Where was eventually going to hit. We saw families sometimes waiting for hours to get in. Right now in Naples, there is a state of civil emergency. That means you're being told to stay in place, do not go out.
الناس كلها قاعدة في بيوتها. الإعصار سرعته الإعصار دلوقتي سرعته 70 ميل في الساعة، والميل 1600 كيلومتر، يعني يضرب 70 في 1600، يعني يعني نضرب 700 في 1.6، 70 نضرب 70 في 1.6.
And it's going to be a double hit. It's going to be wind of maybe 130 miles an hour. We've had the owner of some of these buildings come around and he thinks
دلوقتي بيقول سرعة الإعصار 130 ميل في الساعة.
a lot of these trees are going to be gone by tomorrow. And then after that, we're between.
نضرب الرقم ده في 1.6 عشان نعرف كيلومتر في الساعة.
The Gordon River and the Gulf. So we could see 10 to 15 feet of storm surge.
الأشجار الموجودة قصادنا دلوقتي كلها هتطير، اللي في منطقة تامبا يونيفرسيتي.
In Miami right now, standing in the middle of Hurricane Irma, which has been striking Florida now for what feels like days. It's really been since last night when we felt the force of this storm starting to come on shore. The eye wall passed over the Florida Keys at about 9 o'clock this morning, and it's just been pounding the entire southern part of the peninsula now for hours. And our Chad Myers says we can expect these tropical storm force winds here, really hurricane force winds here in Miami for several more hours.
الإعصار بتاع إرما مأثر على فلوريدا طبعا وميامي كمان.
Number one, there was a crane collapse in downtown Miami on Biscayne Boulevard, 300. A crane collapsed. The boom fell down there. There have been pictures of that.
في بومة ونش وقع من أعلى عمارة.
People not to go anywhere near it. And then there is the storm surge. Brickell Avenue. A lot of people know Brickell Avenue right now covered.
في ناس تايهة مفقودة.
in water. They had predicted 3 to 6
مفقودين في
feet of
المية.
storm surge. Our Chad Myers said the number is at 5.5. That 5.5 has been enough to flood part of the downtown area right now. That part of the downtown area, we should note, was part of the mandatory evacuation zone.
واضح ان هي كارثة فظيعة جدا.
What they feared might happen, exactly what they predicted might happen. All right, right now what I want to do is I want to go down to the Florida Keys. Our Bill Weir has been in the Keys for days right now. Bill, we have not heard from you in a couple hours. I was concerned. I just asked our producer to check on you. Give me a sense of what's happening in Key Largo, Bill.
I appreciate the concern, Johnny, but yeah, we just came down to